The work that you do is really showing off who you are in the world, and when it aligns is when magic really happens. I'm Eve Blossom. I am the founder of Lulan and WEVE. WEVE is an online e-commerce community where we are changing relationships between artisans, designers, and buyers. So what we've done is we've integrated the backstory of how you make a product. So it really is the making process or the making story. So we're really focusing on people, place, process, and product. WEVE believes in working with artisans to highlight who they are and the techniques that they use that really says something about their culture, about their community, and it really shows through. So that when the buyer comes to our site, they can see things from all over the world.
My name is Mi. I'm living in Hanoi, Vietnam. Now we are working with WEVE to create some recycled paper product. We can help them to develop the sample. We can help them to show their product to the people, and then we get the order for them.
Tôi tên là Sương, tôi đang làm hàng thủ công giấy tại làng nghề truyền thống của chúng tôi. Làm nghề thủ công truyền thống này nó có thể làm cho chúng tôi cảm thấy thú vị. Khi tự tay bàn tay của chúng tôi có thể làm ra những sản phẩm mà từ những cái tờ giấy báo cũ bình thường bỏ đi có thể làm lên những cái sản phẩm đẹp bán ra thị trường, giúp được những người thợ chúng tôi, những người nông dân của chúng tôi có thêm thu nhập và cải thiện cuộc sống của chúng tôi, nâng cao lên được chất lượng cuộc sống.
My name is Tu. I work as a filmmaking trainer for artisans for WEVE. I train Sương, and she is one of the artisans. To me, training the artisans is a kind of amazing experience. Normally, I don't know how people make that kind of products, but now she is the one know how to make products, and she make video by herself. She belongs to this community, and she will show me how they make products, and later they will show other customers around the world.
Tôi cảm thấy khi quay những cái sản phẩm lại thì có thể giữ lại được những cái khoảnh khắc đẹp. Khi lưu giữ được những cái hình ảnh cái đôi bàn tay làm ra, có thể chia sẻ chúng với bạn bè thế giới, mang đến cho tất cả mọi người biết thêm được về một cái nghề.
My name is Alan.
My name is Yek Hong, and I have been living in Cambodia for 13 years. Originally, we are from Cambodia, but we've been brought up in New Zealand before we came back to Cambodia.
We have come together into Cambodia in 2001. We concentrate on the environmental and recycled products. The objective of Heat Handicraft is to give the job opportunity to the handicapped. It's very difficult for them to find a job in a normal commercial enterprise, especially in a garment factory or elsewhere. So after they finish working from here, they also gain the employable skill.
ខ្ញុំឈ្មោះវិនសុភាហើយសំខាន់សម្រាប់ខ្ញុំការងារនេះគឺមានការងារធ្វើគឺសំខាន់បំផុតព្រោះអាចជួយដល់ជីវភាពខ្ញុំសប្តាហ៍ថ្ងៃឲ្យមានអាហារហូបចុកមានសម្លៀកបំពាក់គ្រប់គ្រាន់និងអាចយកប្រាក់ដែលធ្វើការចំណាយលើអ្វីៗដែលជាការចាំបាច់របស់ខ្ញុំនិយាយទៅការដេរនេះជាបំណងរបស់ខ្ញុំតាំងពីតូចមកខ្ញុំចង់រៀនចេះដេរខ្ញុំពេញចិត្តដែលខ្ញុំនេះថាបំណងរបស់ខ្ញុំរៀនចិត្តខ្ញុំដែលចង់ចេះវាអាច ដូចថាទៅនឹងចិត្តរបស់ខ្ញុំអ្វីដែលខ្ញុំប៉ងប្រាថ្នាគឺខ្ញុំបានសម្រេចខ្ញុំមានការស្រឡាញ់និងរីករាយយ៉ាងខ្លាំង
It has been in my heart. It's my passion. Working with my own people, especially people that working here are handicapped and deaf. These as people needed help the most, and I feel it's something that I can do a better life for them. That they can learn, they can earn good wages to support their family.
Our partner definitely they looking for a bottom line, but at the same time they talking about social responsibility, and this is what we share, and that's what we are very, very happy with Lulan that we are working with.
My name is Gunsonira. I work for Lulan Weaving Center. I manage all the partner and relationship in Cambodia. I start here from 2007, and all the weavers here, they come from province.
ខ្ញុំឈ្មោះស្រីលៀបខ្ញុំធ្វើការនៅនឹង7ឆ្នាំហើយត្បាញហ្នឹងពីដំបូងខ្ញុំស្រឡាញ់ត្បាញហ្នឹងណាខ្ញុំចូលចិត្តចង់ចេះត្បាញតែដំបូងចូលមកខ្ញុំអត់បានត្បាញទេខ្ញុំគ្រាន់តែខាសូត្រតែខ្ញុំគំនិតខ្ញុំនឹងចង់ត្បាញតែខ្ញុំចូលសហគីគេត្បាញដំបូងអញ្ចឹងទៅដល់ពេលចេះគ្រូគាត់ឲ្យខ្ញុំចូលត្បាញហ្មងដល់ពេលចូលត្បាញខ្ញុំចេះទៅខ្ញុំចាប់អាជីពនេះត្បាញរហូតទៅខ្ញុំធ្វើការនេះមានអារម្មណ៍ថាកក់ក្ដៅមានប្តីនៅធ្វើជុំគ្នាហើយកូននៅចិត្តគ្នាហើយនិយាយរំទៅធ្វើនេះវាអត់បែកគ្នាខ្ញុំធ្វើហ្នឹងចាហើយដល់ពេលយើងបានត្បាញហើយក៏ធ្វើការទាំងជុំទាំងប្តីប្រពន្ធនៅវាមិនសូវបែកគ្នាក៏មិនជីវភាពយើងក៏វាអត់ពិបាកដែរវានៅធូរធារស្រឡាញ់ខ្ញុំស្រឡាញ់ធ្វើការជាមួយរ៉ូឡានហ្នឹងណា
My name is Han Jong-min and I'm from Korea. I am here in Cambodia working for the people in Ta Keo province. What we do is that we deal 100% naturally, and most of our color elements came from Cambodian herbal medicine. Eve and Goel community have been working together for the past 7 years now. And at the beginning, Eve was very much interested in our project. Starting from WEVE project together, start making dolls that illustrated from a writer. I found a lot of similarity and a lot of partnership with WEVE, simply because we have a heart of love toward those vulnerable people. When we start this project, it was 70,000 families. It's not easy to find someone or some organization or some businesses would be able to share the same path.
Waste, we call it waste, but it's such a bad term. It's a resource because it creates jobs, it creates profits. So we must change our vocabulary, and by telling the story, it helps in creating vocabularies.
My name is Anita Ahuja, and I am with Conserve India. We started in '98. So we have become what they call a social entrepreneurship model. We work essentially with waste materials because I'm fascinated by waste. So we work with tire tube, we work with seat belts, we work with tea bags, fire hose, any electrical outing. We have artisans who work in sorting and washing of the waste.
Then we have artisans who make fabrics from waste, and then of course people who stitch And we have different machines like die cutting machines, strap cutting machines, so they've been trained in that. When we started working with these groups, we realized that most of them don't speak Hindi. And even if they speak Hindi, like English language, you have a name for every shade. So as a designer or an artist, we can communicate with each other very well. What kind of colors do we want? So we decided to create a language based on Bollywood stars, because the names of Bollywood everybody knows. All the stars, a whole family, all the films, songs. So I feel telling the story at the right way, on the right platform is very important. I think it's very important for people who buy the product, because then only they'll get an emotional attached to the product.
My name is Moon Sharma. I work for Tara Projects since last 30 years. We're based in Delhi. We make fashion jewelry and accessories, a little bit of wooden and recycled items. We are connected with more than 500 artisans. They are working as groups, micro-enterprise, self-help groups, and we also have around 50 people working here. And most of the artisans, they belong to marginalized sections of society or who have bad experience in the unorganized sector. The idea is how we can empower them.
मेरा नाम असरार और मैं संबल एक विलेज है दिल्ली के ईस्ट में बसा हुआ सरायतरीन। फेयर ट्रेड के माध्यम से जब से मेरा मार्गदर्शन हुआ है तो मेरे अंदर एक बड़ा चेंज तो आया ही है, और उसके साथ साथ आज मेरे परिवार में भी खुशहाली है। बच्चे आज स्कूल जा रहे हैं मेरे, और बीवी है वो भी सही ज़िंदगी गुजार रही है, माँ है, मेरे साथ साथ 3 भाई हैं तो वो भी अच्छी ज़िंदगी गुजार रहे हैं।
I think our hearts is we are in the right direction, and trade affects everybody's life. It's omnipresent here. We all are involved in it because we consume and we buy. So if we can bring some positive change there and the consumers' awareness and on the whole in our lives, in producers' lives, not only with our actions but also with our thoughts, because that is very important in our society today.
I think this story behind the products is very important because it makes me proud of what we are doing. Yeah, without it will be only object. Story of culture, how the design come from. This make other products have life, right? That's very important. My name is Viengkham Nantawong Duangsi. I'm from Laos. And I'm a founder of Pang Mai and also manager. Our company started in 1993, founded by 3 women, our mother and my sister, Gong Thong, and myself. Weaving means everything for me because we start from very young. From culture of family, women have to learn how to weave before getting married. Our mother raised us by weaving because father died from the war. For food, for living, and then after that for education because all of us graduate university by weaving. And after we graduate, we have business on weaving and we help people here to have standard of living. Now after women can earn living by our weaving, they can have income. I hope weaving will stay with Lao culture forever because I learned from the other country, the weaving is slowly disappear because people go with high tech. But it's good that in Laos we still have strongly handicraft culture from family, still keep teaching among generation to generation. That I hope and I wish this handicraft will stay
Life is us forever.
My name is Lani. This is my nickname, Lani. So my real name is Suvita Pasut. I'm working with the Magic Lao Carpets handicraft, and I'm from Laos. This is our 15th year. We did mainly is a hand-knotted carpet and tufted carpet, and then silk product, home decoration or scarf. Our aim from the beginning is to help the girl from the rural area. We help also the disabled girl. We do this job because we love it, because especially first I didn't begin with the handicraft, but we can help them make their life better. We continue this way, I think will be sustainable. We will pass our work to the next generation and then let them keep going, because our aim is not just producing and selling, but we want to help them, to teach them, because they love it. Some they come and they don't want to stop, because when you do something with love, the work is better.
My name is Deborah Wong. I'm originally from the Bay Area and I live in San Francisco, and my company is Percolating Design. I've been making jewelry for most of my life, but I learned to knit in 2001 and slowly started to meld the two together and combine them into small pieces that I make now. One of the things that I started doing was to mix the soft knitting with hard metals and shiny metals with matte yarn, and I like the juxtaposition of the soft knitting with the hard surfaces that you don't typically expect. You expect knitting to be really drapey and flowy, and I like to give it some structure. I'm really excited to partner with WEVE. What I love about what I've started is I've been introduced to this whole new community. And through that, I've met so many talented people, and I love the fact that those are my coworkers now, and I love being part of that movement.
My name is Julia Buzenitz, and I'm in San Francisco, California. I'm a pattern designer, so I do a lot of silk screening back in the studio, and I hand paint all of my designs. And then I have them burned onto screens and I print them back in my backyard in a teeny little studio space. I work with anything from redwood cones gathered from the backyard. I work with walnuts, oak galls gathered from the oak trees around Northern California. We've been coming back to a place where there's just a more holistic approach to everything in our lives, and thinking about natural dyes, water-based ink, working with sustainable fabrics. People are just coming back to thinking about manufacturing in the United States, which is a huge thing, and trying to kind of bring that back, and it's hard to bring back in a really big way. So it's what we have to do is kind of bring it back in small ways in our own little studios in the backyard, and then kind of building it up bigger and bigger from that way, from really kind of grassroots. It's been such an amazing honor to be able to partner with WEVE, because they're so focused on small artisans, about sustainability, and just thinking about how small businesses can kind of change the world.
No, design is really just solving problems. It's a way to help people, and it's a way of making life a little easier. I'm Ted Berner with Ted Berner Furniture. Furniture for me has always been an object or something that you infuse with your history, and it's a way of connecting. When I was a kid, we would often, move. So what was the thing that made us feel connected was our furniture. So as I grew older, I kept exploring this idea of the object as the thing that has meaning. I've known Eve for many years, and she came to me with the idea of doing a product, or a bunch of products for WEVE, and I was thrilled. First of all, it was doing something different than what I normally do. I was given a couple choices of what kind of products I could design, what materials and what artisan villages I could connect with. And we chose recycled paper. We got to work and sketched, and we thought, well, what can you do with these materials that hasn't been done before, that isn't obvious? So we drew and sketched, and we just played with little pieces of paper and twisted them and folded them and see what can you do with recycled newsprint and magazine pages. The products that we chose to work with were a wide variety of things, from decorative mirrors, something like a wastebasket that would show up in a room quietly but have a little bit of a punch. Working with the artisans is such a satisfying experience because you know that you are connecting with someone in another part of the world and in a creative way, having an interaction where you have an idea and someone else gets to make it, but really it's just an idea until it passes through their hands.
It's love for the people. It's the weaves transporting that person to see that, as well as the artisans and the partnerships that we have with the artisans. It really does come through, and then the buyer sees it and really wants to be a part of that whole process. They want to buy that product, they want to know that artisan, they want to know about WEVE. What is this company doing and why are they working this way? And so I think it just translates in complete love for the whole process.